So it's Monday morning. We're starting the week off strong. We've got a bunch of minis that we've printed. I've got some more that just finished on the printer. We're also printing some more dragons. We're still in the search mode for markets. Seeming like January, February is kind of a slow months for markets right now. I think we found one in February, but it's like 2 hours away. So I'm not sure if we're gonna go to that one or not, but we are actively looking for new markets to join so that we can get in and start selling product more, or start selling more product. We did have a few orders come in over the weekend, so we'll get those out today. And yeah, just still full on inventory recovery mode, trying to get all of our numbers back up so we can start back on the TikTok lives. With 3 printers, it's kind of a slower process, but we're still getting it done.
Monday morning post office run. We've had a few orders that we've got to ship out, but they've been closed for the weekend and Christmas. So here we go.
So for the baby dragons this time around, we used a dual color filament, red and blue. It looks pretty nice. I kind of like it. But these finished up. And our baby hippos have finished. So these are new to our mini collection. So we'll get those put in a milk crate.
The owls are back in stock. Who? The owls. Who? The owls!
So Wednesday printer check-in. We've got our little mini Highland heads that we printed. Printed the bodies like a week ago or so. I'm just now getting around to printing the heads so we can put them on the bodies. And some octopuses. I actually had a failure last night when I started these. For whatever reason, the prime tower didn't go correctly. I don't know what the deal was, but it basically ruined everything because the filament started getting stuck to the nozzle. So I had to start over, and now everything's fine. So interesting. And our 2 dragon heads and the horns finished printing on this one. So these are the new dragons from STL Flicks that we're gonna try to see if they sell something different. So yeah, I'll get those assembled. So it looks like we've had our first actual failure. We were printing the mini lions, and the brown decided that it didn't want to feed anymore. So I've checked the filament. Filament looks good. So I'm going to take this piece apart and check the gear for the AMS. I might have to replace the gear. I'm not sure yet. All right, so it looks like I may have found the problem. I was thinking it was up here with the AMS light. So I started taking that apart. Turns out I actually took this apart, checked that, and then checked this guy, which you have to be very careful. Let's see if I can get it in focus. You know, you have to be very careful of the ribbon that's there and not to break it. So then I got some filament and I ran it through there. Ran it through here to check and make sure there was no filament stuck there. So then I decided to go ahead and remove the nozzle. So basically you take the silicone cover off, pry it off, and then you basically just open this up. And the nozzle comes right out. So it looks like the filament has gotten stuck here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll either try to cold pull it or I'll heat it up with a heat gun and pull it out, see if that helps. Also notice as soon as I pop the nozzle out that the printing stopped because nozzle temperature problem. So hopefully that didn't mess the print up, but luckily this happened, what, like an hour in, maybe 30 minutes in. So I'll just clear that off if that's the case. But yeah, so I'll get that all pulled and put back together and we'll see if it's working again. All right, so quick update, put everything back together and it looks like, well, for starters, I was able to restart. I would have had the option to restart the print. However, it looks like the AMS
hub or whatever this thing's called is going to be the culprit. Maybe a gear inside here. So what I'm going to do is take off the brown from the 2 and put it on the 4 slot. Since I'm not using white, it's only a 3-color print, and we'll get to it later. I couldn't find any good videos of a good way to take these apart. I know it's got the 2 screws here, and it kind of hangs, but I'm assuming you just pull this back part off, but I didn't want to break it. So I'll have a better look at it, see if I can find some more video or something online that actually kind of details that. I was having some trouble finding that. But for now, we'll get this print started. I think this is like a 24-hour print, so it'll give me some time to do some research. And worst case right now, this is a 3-color printer until I can get either the parts or just figure out what's going on.
It's here. We're gonna set this bad boy up.
So Thursday update, we actually got one of our 8-foot tables in. We put the tablecloth on it and went ahead and set everything up. This is actually in our bedroom because if I put it anywhere else, the little one is probably going to mess with it and I'll just lose inventory like crazy. And I can't put it in the garage because it's rather cold where we're at. And if I put a heater in there, you'll hear it on the lives and whatnot. So we're using this for our TikTok lives. So, yeah. So we've got these dragons from STL Flicks now that we're gonna put together. I usually have the Cinderwing 3D dragons that are pretty good sellers, but I saw these on STL Flicks, the little gray ones, and I figured they'd do pretty well for us. So so they come kind of apart, and I've already put the horns on, but I gotta glue them, so I figured I'd video some of that if I can do it on video. Try to keep them oriented. All right, so I just finished gluing the horns on. They're not that bad to get in. I just had to play with them a little bit. I'm using this glue I got on Amazon. It gives me a little bit more of a, I guess, time to get everything set before it like glues. I've used some others where it says spray on adhesive or accelerant, and it, like, as soon as it hits, it's like, and we're glued. And so that can't work with that because I gotta be able to move these around. I also got the eyeballs that you have to put in for these. So it's cool because it's not like 100 extra filament changes, but the downside is you have to actually glue them in. So I'll probably end up doing that off camera. Well, that'll work. That might work actually. So we could try it. We can try it. So all I'm doing is just putting a little bit in the bottom of the eye. Make sure I can get this in right and just plop it in there. I feel like it might be a little cockeyed. All right, let's try this again. So put it in. Yeah, that one was a little better. Yeah, that definitely helps. So you gotta put it in the right way. Focus. Got the horns in, the eyeballs in. I think that glue will hold after it sets. That's a little difficult because they do go in a certain way. I got the other ones on here too. They do go in a certain way. I don't know, I think I made the mistake of printing 2 at one time. And so I have 4 eyes and you can easily mix them up. But all in all, not too bad. All right, so now we're done with the glue portion. We got the eyes done. They look nice now. And then the horns, got the horns in. So I'll let those set, but go ahead and snap the head onto the dragon. Should be pretty easy. Yep, good deal. And then we'll do the wings. I don't think it matters. No, I mean, obviously it matters, but yeah, so there we go. So we'll do this for the left side, or I guess the right side of the dragon, my left. I'll do it without breaking it. Sweet. And then, of course, I think, oh, get on camera. I think shipping these, we probably would want to take the wings off. I'm not sure how well this will ship. So there's that. But I mean, it looks pretty nice. As you can see, under it is the gold color as well. So it's pretty nifty, and the detail's pretty nice. I mean, you can still see the layer lines, but as far as detail goes, I mean, it looks pretty nice. So these are bigger than I feel like I thought they were going to be, but they look nice. And so we have these Highland cows that we have turned into minis. They're actually scaled down to like 30 or 40%. So we're just making them work for minis because we couldn't find a decent articulating mini for the Highland cows, and we've had a lot of requests for them. So yeah, so basically we print all these. It prints like this on the bed, and then we have to print the head separately, but they just pop on just like the dragon head did. So they actually pop on pretty easily. So because they're pretty small. So that does it for what I'm doing. You can see the dragons here. I just came in here to basically put together these things and get them all ready to go for Amanda's live. Amanda's gonna go live on TikTok here in a little bit. So of course, obviously she probably won't be once this video goes live, but yeah, you get it. So I like the new setup, it's working nice.
Printer check-in. It is Saturday night. We've got some pink fun size sea stars that are going on this printer. They should be finished in about just under 3 hours. Over here we've got quite a few Triceratops going. They've got a good while left on them, so I'll show you them tomorrow morning when those are complete. And printer check-in in here, we have a Spider-Man helmet going on. So this should be pretty cool. I'm pumped about it. Can't wait to see how it turns out. This, I think, will do pretty well at the markets. And I've got a little one who's going to be pretty pumped too when she sees it. So here's the check-in on that. I'll show you guys in a bit later.
So we actually finished a few more. I got some more pink starfishes printed. Starfishes, is that the plural of starfish? I think so. I need to get some more rainbow filament. That's another thing. I got to order filament this week. But I did get more pink fun size starfish is what we're calling them, finished. We actually sold one of the orange large ones today. So it's not there. But yeah, and then I've got these guys. Of course, I think I showed you. Get out of the light, maybe. I showed you those. Those are nice. I'm not sure we're going to ship them though because of the wings. We'll probably have to take the wings off to ship them. And then we got the baby Atrias that we just finished printing. Those I think will do nicely. And then of course the rose eggs. We're thinking those will be good sellers for Valentine's Day with the rose. I've got to get some more red filaments so that I can print some red rose eggs as well. Or red rose dragons and rose eggs. So yeah. Let's see. Also got these belugas finished up. And a bunch of minis. I printed a ton of minis. So we've got our inventory all back up to where it was, with the exception of these guys because they are red. So I'm almost out of red filament. They're kind of just hanging out. So I need to get one more, and then of course I got to print some eggs for the mystery eggs, mystery minis, mystery dragons, and mystery dinos that we're gonna do. And to show you what I'm talking about, the mystery dinos are probably going to be, this is the T-Rex. I think this is by Layers in Green. So we've got the dinos. We're going to turn them into mystery dinos. I'm going to print them in different colors. And they've got a T-Rex, a Triceratops, and one other. I can't remember the name. But we'll do those in different colors, put them in the eggs, and then there'll be a mystery inside. So I think that'll do well at the markets as well. So Saturday evening. I wanted to do a quick check-in. We've made a few sales on the TikTok live today, so that was nice. And we secured a market for, I think it's in 2 weeks. So it's going to be a monthly market that we secured. So that'll be nice. And we were actually turned down for one market. So there's that. It happened. She said she'll put us on the list for the next market or for next year. So yeah. All in all, pretty good, pretty productive. I've gotten a lot of things printed. I'll show you a few things here in a minute. just trying to get some more stuff printed the next 2 weeks to get ready for the market, because I've only really got enough for one table. One of the things we're thinking about doing is more mystery eggs, mystery dragons, mystery dinos, and mystery minis. So it seems to be a really big hit at the market, so we'll see how it goes. And while we're going over kind of the end of the week things, I still didn't get the AMS light fixed. That little, I guess it's the number 2 slot on my AMS light for one of my printers. So I got to look into that either this weekend or into next week. Right now I'm just using it as a three color printer. I may switch it with another one, the one that's in my office, because right now I'm just printing helmets in my office on the office printer. So I've got 3 printers, so I'll probably switch the AMS lights on those so that I can have the 2 4-color printers or 4-color AMS lights on the other 2 printers, and then the one in my office for now will have just a 3-color printer. So if I'm doing helmets or something, it's not that big of a deal. Or like the little starfish that we do, that's 3 colors, and that'll work out okay until I get it fixed. I think it's a gear inside the actual hub. So, and I printed the werewolf helmet, or I guess cowl, over the past couple of days. It's looking nice without any painting. However, the where the supports were, I'm gonna have to clean that up quite a bit. So I'll actually probably end up sanding the bottom, which means I'll probably end up having to paint the whole piece, which kind of is a bummer because I was wanting something just quick. But I mean, I still think it'll do well. This is by Yo Studios if you're interested in getting the file or seeing the file. But the intent for this is more or less not to so much sell them. I mean, although if it happens, right? But more so just to bring people in. They see the masks or see the helmets and whatnot, and they'll be like, "Ooh, that's cool. Let's check it out." They're more likely, especially if they don't have kids, to come in and check out the booth. I've noticed that we got a lot of traffic in from kids and people with kids, but there was really nothing there for the older, the adults, the teenagers and adults. So, although the teenagers seem to like the dragons too. So yeah, we're going to do the Wolverine cowl. We're going to do the Spider-Man mask I'm printing now. I will have to paint the black lines on there. And then I'm also going to do probably a Deadpool helmet and just kind of put them out for display. And then I want to get the life-size Bluey up to kind of help as well. That'll help with kids and adults to bring them in to see kind of what the 3D printers can do, printing the life-size stuff. Probably won't get that done for this market. I did get it done for my daughter for Christmas, but it's not painted, it's not sanded. It's just kind of glued together, and it was a quick project. So I'll actually probably do a full sand, paint, all that good stuff to get, to bring in traffic for that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not too much to go over this week because, it was the week after Christmas. I guess maybe the second week after Christmas, but week after New Year. We're printing stuff, trying to get our inventory back up, and just kind of trying some new ideas to help bring in traffic, and just really pushing our TikTok lives right now with the table setup that we have. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out, helps the YouTube algorithm, helps us push the video out. So appreciate it. See you next time.